So, perhaps the most important digital marketing news to come out of January is that the rollout of Google Search Console's new beta is available to everyone. We've been waiting for months for this to become available to, well, everyone and not just a select few, so this is really exciting news. So if you don't already know, Google Search Console is a free service that Google offers to help you to understand how the search bots see your website, and also allows you to communicate with Google certain information like the location of your site's XML sitemap and if there are any particular pages that you want removed from the index. Firstly, we need to note that for the time being anyway, it's possible for you to access the old version of Search Console alongside the new version of Search Console, which is quite important at the moment because it appears that not all of the functionality in the old version of Search Console is actually available in the new beta, so you might need to keep switching between the two. If you don't think you've got access to the new Search Console, you can go to search.google.com/search-console and have a look for your property in there, because some people haven't actually got that little button in their Search Console at the moment that allows them to go through to the new version. So check it on that site instead and you should be able to find it. Now, this is particularly exciting for a lot of SEOs, myself included, because we're going to get a huge amount more data from the new version of Search Console. Previously you could only see 90 days of historic data in your account, but now we should be getting something more like 16 months worth. So this is going to allow for much better analysis. So great news coming out of January. Next up, DuckDuckGo extends the reach of its private search. Now, DuckDuckGo is perhaps a search engine that you're not familiar with, but you definitely should be paying attention to. Now, it was a tiny search engine and still is in comparison to the likes of Google, but it is steadily growing. So they have a reported 21 million searches conducted on average per day on the site at the moment. The search engine has become famous for being committed to protecting the privacy of its users. So whereas the likes of Google and Bing will track information about people and also sell that information, DuckDuckGo is committed to not doing that. So historically, this level of privacy was actually only available through their browser search. So if you went to DuckDuckGo and searched that way, you would be guaranteed to have your information kept private. But now they have rolled it out to both their browser extension and their mobile app. So this means that this private search is going to be available much more widely now. So why is this a big deal for marketers? Well, PPC adverts and retargeting all need this information that's gleaned through searches. So when you're looking to do keyword analysis for a PPC campaign or even for an SEO campaign, that information is predominantly coming through Google and the information they've tracked through user searches. So if that information can't be got anymore because private search is taking over, that's going to make it a lot more difficult for us to understand user intent and also what sort of keywords people are using to search for things. And also retargeting campaigns just can't run if you're not tracking people through the internet. So the DuckDuckGo browser extension and mobile app will now show you a privacy grade for a website, so a ranking from A to F. This essentially means that websites are going to be much more accountable for how well they treat users' information that they get through the site. So it will tell people if the website they're visiting is tracking them in any way, so if there's any kind of browser cookies that are being dropped onto their computer whilst they are looking around the site, that sort of information will be much more easily accessible. So this is a great step forward in protecting the user's information online, and this is really good, especially for protecting against people with malicious intent, so hackers and people who are trying to get hold of information that you don't want them to get. But it is also a little bit concerning for marketers because it means that our job is going to be a lot harder, because stuff that we've taken for granted up until now is potentially going to be unavailable in the future as more and more people start to adopt sites like DuckDuckGo and start using this secure search facility. So that's just a little bit of food for thought at the end of January. So thanks very much for listening and join me again next time.